a lot of the things, a lot of the pressures that we put on ourselves, the anxiety that we feel are self-created. All right, my friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast. Coming out of a holiday weekend, are you excited to go to work or are you dreading it? I want to give you my keys to having juice, energy, and being excited for every day I go into the office. We have the closing thought of the episode. This is the Ultimate OD Podcast. Here we go. All right, my friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Just got off the holiday weekend, so we're getting back to the grind. I hope everyone's enjoying what they do and ready to end the year strong. We always use the year as our gauge when you can start at any point, but for what we use as our measuring stick, end of the year is coming up. Finish strong, get ready for 2025, and let's keep the good times going. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about motivation, mental health, what you need to do to keep going forward, to be strong and have juice. And this is from my perspective, obviously, but these are things I've learned the past 13 years, and I really think I've harnessed my superpower, my motivation to get better and be more efficient in how I practice optometry, how I run my practice and what I do. Well, one of the things I was reading recently was from Tim Ferriss, and he said in 2014, he was debilitated. He got Lyme disease and was at 10% capacity. He couldn't do anything, just knocked out on his butt and really affected him. And thankfully, he was able to overcome it, get better. And he said at that point, I realized that I needed to put my health first. And he said, what does that mean? To put my health first is what a lot of people talk about, but they don't actually put into practice. And again, when I read his description, I talk about it. I'm having a podcast on it right now, but I'm not to the level that he's at. And his is health first means if I have a meeting and something comes up or I don't feel the energy, I cancel the meeting and I get rest. If I didn't get a good night's sleep and I have something going on, cancel it. Don't go to the meeting. Don't have the interview. Don't do what I'm going to do because I need to get rest. I need to get sleep. I need to get food or whatever he feels he has to do for his health. He literally puts first. He misses events with family, with friends, with business because it will jeopardize him putting health first. He says it's so easy to get caught up in, I'm going to put health first, but, you have a poor night of sleep and you have meetings in the morning. Well, it's really bad for business to be well, I'm canceling these meetings. I didn't sleep well. I need to sleep now. What we invariably do is, I didn't sleep. I'm going to make up for this the next, tomorrow. And then it keeps adding up and building and building and building. And next thing you know, you haven't slept good for about 2 years, right? That's what happens. And I thought that was very eye-opening. And it relates to what I've been noticing about my well-being, my health, my journey to put my wants and desires first. Not what I think everyone else thinks I should have, but what I want. And the first thing is, I said to my wife, I think 2 years ago, that we're going to take 2 vacations a year, and I want to build up to 3. And this is at the time when we took 0 vacations. I don't have an associate at the time, and she's like, all right. And then spring break came, and we took a spring break trip. And then in the fall, we took a trip. And then we did it again next spring. We did it again next fall. And come full circle, I know I'm opening up an office, a new practice, adding an associate in October. I thought it'd be around October, and thankfully I'm accurate in that. And we decided that we were still going to take that second vacation. I wasn't going to miss it. And we took off 2 days before the holiday weekend. So we left on a Wednesday, got back on a Sunday, and I didn't go back to work till Tuesday. So I worked Monday, Tuesday, took Wednesday off, didn't go back to work until Tuesday, which was actually today that I'm recording. That was darn near a week that I didn't go to the office. I haven't done that, I think, since my honeymoon. And even then, I don't know if I took a whole week off. Right? It was pretty cool. I love being with my family. Like, that gives me so much juice. And I have 4 kids. They're 2, 4, 6, and 8 right now. 2 of them are having birthdays in a week, so they'll be all discombobulated. But I realize that time with them is fleeting. I see my oldest growing up, and I know that the time I have to spend with her in the same manner that I am now and go on these vacations, I live for that. I absolutely love it. And the funny thing is, it not only rejuvenated me, it gave me clarity of mind. I got to spend time with my family. I go and I actually relax now. I used to go on vacation and think about work. I don't even call the office. We had a couple of things come up where I had to actually, we lost power, and my virtual assistants don't lose power. They could still function and operate, and we had to work through that. It was cool. But put some fires out. And we did it, and I still let it be, let them run the office. I trust my managers. I trust my staff. But it gave me just motivation. I'll tell you this. I never work harder or am more motivated to go and grind at the office than when I get back from a vacation with my family. I get back and I'm setting up the schedule for the associate doctor, put that all in, and I am starting to take off some time so I can work on the practice. So I'm not going to work Fridays. I am working a half day on Thursdays, and come beginning of the year, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday and Friday. And as I'm doing that and looking at the schedule, I'm like, I do not know if I'm going to be able to take this Thursday morning off. Not because I'm a workaholic in the sense of I want to be in the exam room, but I know that when I work hard and I do that, I get to go on vacation with my family. Like, that is my motivation. You can set all kinds of goals, right? You want to do $1 million as an office. You want to do $2 million. You want to have 5 offices, etc. And if that really motivates you, absolutely go for it, right? But I have those goals. I set them. I've told you on the podcast. Listen to them, my goals that I've set. I'm very open with you. And I have goals. Don't get me wrong. 10 million in 10 years. I want to do that. But I'm more motivated to work and grind so I can go on vacation with my family. Like, the ability to go, and we're going to go out to eat every day. We're going to spend money, and I don't once think about the bank account. Because I know what we've worked for, what we've put away, and this is how I spend it. This is what I do. This is my motivation. It's a cheat code. It gives you juice to go. So if you came out of this long weekend and you weren't ready to go back to work, you weren't super motivated, I think you need to find a new carrot to chase. A new goal, if you will. Because you find the right one, and it is juice. I was looking forward to going back to the office so I could take another vacation with my family and do those things. So that's one thing. Find your thing that motivates you. Now, in addition to this, health is wealth, and what makes you motivated to continue to work and get through the day. The other thing I found is, like, I like to work out, right? And when I work out, it's a mindset that used to be, all right, you just go and do your workout and that's it. I now have a purpose for my workout. I'm doing a competition. It's whatever. Like, whether it's a Tough Mudder, CrossFit event, powerlifting, you name it, whatever your motivation is, a marathon. When you're working towards something, it's honestly more fun. You work harder. You go after it, and it's a great release for me. I've put so much thought and energy into my workouts, what I'm going to do, planning out my weeks, and I look forward to the workouts. Like, I've worked really hard to make every day count. But now that I've compartmentalized and I don't just live for the office. I have other things I look forward to, my vacations with family, my workouts. That goal that I'm chasing has made me more well-rounded. It's also made me less likely to burn out because I'm going after that. Now, it's a slippery slope. I could make that just as, bad for my health as living for the office if that was my thing. But because I have so many hats I get to wear, whether it's running a practice, leading my family, or my personal workout journey, all of them need my attention and effort, and now I can compartmentalize and focus on them in the moment. And it's great for my clarity of mind. It gives me motivation, and I think I'm a better husband, father, and doctor because I have these things. And you'd be surprised that when you have these goals, when you find things that give you juice, you'll be a different, more energetic person in the exam room. When I'm talking to patients, I had juice and energy today. I had juice and energy with my staff. I can relate to my patients in a way that they enjoy coming to see me. It's contagious, right? And it's all because I found avenues to put my energy into. Another thing that my last little nugget of sanity that I will give you is when I read now, I used to be 100% it has to be about optometry or nonfiction about business, and I still love that stuff. I still read about it. I still look at it. I listen to those podcasts. But I've sprinkled in a little fiction. And again, finding your niche. Finding your niche. Science fiction, romance, mystery. Like, I found this eclectic little genre of books that entertain me. There's a little bit of depth, a modicum. Mild. I'm reaching in my mind to get it, but they entertain me. I laugh when I listen to them. I've listened on vacation an 18-hour book, and I'm like halfway through another 18-hour book. It's a series because I'm so just in a different world. And again, what I've done is found things that motivate me, that entertain me, that get my mind off the stresses, the worries that are self-made. Right? A lot of the pressures that we put on ourselves, the anxiety that we feel are self-created. Now I get it. When you're starting a practice and you are putting money on the line, you're putting your livelihood, you're signing a personal guarantee, that's pressure. And I feel it. I'm doing that right now. But by having these other avenues, knowing that I'm not defined by the one thing, the office, being Dr. Lilly, I'm a better doctor. I am better at those things. And I just feel good. It's a great feeling to have. It's a great place to be. And I share this with you as someone that for the first 10 years, I grinded every single day. It was my life. It was my world. I was less healthy. I was probably less motivated. Not as fun to be around at home all the time. But now that I have this balance, it feels better. So if you're new to this, if you're entering into, the workforce, if you're starting your own practice, if you're considering it, don't lose who you are. It is very easy to make one little thing, the office, be your world. There are so many more things than that office. And you can do them all. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a challenge. But you will be better for it the more well-rounded you are. And the last thing I'll say with that is surround yourself, whether it's your patients, your staff, your vendors, the people you work with people that you respect and like being around. We've had some staffing concerns, if you will, and we've weathered them very well. And by listening to my staff, knowing who I like to work with, and surrounding myself with people and vendors that I enjoy, every interaction I have, they're not always great. There's going to be ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. But I enjoy what I do. I enjoy where I go. When I'm not with my family, I'm with people I enjoy and respect. Set that standard for yourself, and your mental well-being will be so much better. As the new doctor is coming into my office, that's one of the things that I'm most excited for. She values what I value when it comes to optometry and how we treat our patients, but also I think she lives life with the values that I have, that health is wealth, that these lifestyle choices that I've made, she set the precedent of like, these are the hours I want to work, these are the things that I value, and these are what I'm going to do. And I respect that. I think we'll be synergistic. We're going to grow. We're going to have awesome energy to build each other up. To have an office that when people come in, they will feel that energy. This is a life lived on purpose. An office ran on purpose. Those are the things that I've learned over 13, 14 years here, and I share them with you because it's been game-changing. I have so much more juice energy. This podcast is a brainchild of that goal to enjoy every aspect of what I do. If I don't get joy out of it, I'm eliminating it. I love to talk. I love this podcast. I love to put my thoughts into the ether, trying to help you be better doctors, to be better, people. If I have that power to give you perspective, that's what I want for you. So these are the things that I've done to get there. Let me know what you do to not make the office, not make your job your life. I want to hear. I want you to be better. I want you to have more. This is what I have for you. We'll have more for you next week. Where has the time gone? We are to the closing thought of the episode. And today, in honor of football season, I will leave you with this thought that I had. If any of you have ever played football or a sport, well, football is probably the main one. You know that there's coaches on the sideline, and then there's coaches in the press box. And if you're an offensive or defensive coordinator, a lot of times they're up in the press box. And when I heard some of the coordinators speak, the reason for that is, one, they get a better view of the field, and two, they're out of the emotion. When you're calling a game, when you're coaching, emotion can be awesome at certain times, but it also can be a bad thing. If you let emotion cloud your judgment, you're going to make poor decisions. You're going to make decisions that are emotional because you want blood, you want revenge, you want that joy, you want that glory. And I thought that was a great perspective for how we run our offices. When you're the doctor, when you're in the mix, you're on the field, you're with the players, right? And it's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of what's going on. But as I have had the just blessing, this luxury to be away from the office, to be out and have my staff call me and ask me questions or send me a message and ask and answer, when I'm out of the mix, I have such a clear view of what we need to do. It gives me a different perspective because I'm not emotionally making the decision. It's, well, this is obviously the best thing for the patient, the best thing for the office, do this. So if you're still caught up in the day-to-day, if you're having trouble making a decision or you're having trouble making progress, find a way to get off the field, remove yourself a level or two, get in the press box, get a good 30,000-foot view, and take the emotion out of it. It works for football coaches. It's worked for me. It'll work for you. That's what I have. Dr. Lily out.